Lovely. Well, welcome to, I guess this is our YouTube channel. We're here with Performing the Past, which is a English Heritage Lottery funded project which looks into experimental archaeology, craft and production in the ancient world focused in Dorset. Through this we explore lots of different crafts, from ceramics to metals to flint and to textiles. As you can see, we are in a representation of authentic Iron Age clothing, and this is one of our leading volunteers,
Hello, I'm
Kate
Kate.
Frost, who has really kind of taken this on and has run with this and made all of these fantastic costumes, you know?
So it's work in progress,
Yeah.
but we're looking at wool, textiles and linen to produce the majority of what we're wearing. We've both got a linen kind of shirt,
Yep.
and I've got a wool skirt and a wool cloak, and Hayden's got wool trousers in a houndstooth pattern,
Yep.
and a wool cloak pinned on with a
Yeah, we've got some.
penannular
Yeah,
brooch.
a copper penannular brooch.
Mine's a bronze fibula.
Yeah, lovely Latin style, later Iron Age example. And I think really between all the different parts of the project, we want to try and start to adorn these with bone, antler, horn worked buttons, as well as bronze. And I do bronze work, so we're going to try and make some belt buckles, rings, and other sort of parts to come with it, and eventually get a bit of glass in there as well for glass beads.
Yeah.
All the kind of stuff that we see on the site here at Hengistbury Head, which is quite incredible.
I've been experimenting with other kinds of fabric production as well, including the weaving. You can see Hayden's belts is made using tablet weaving. It's my first attempt.
It's really, really good.
And
It's really good.
we've found remnants of tablet weaving on the edges of tunics, remnants of which have been found in bogs and in salt mines.
A nice place where it's been preserved, because it probably was all over the place, but we just don't see any of it, you know.
Unfortunately, we don't know what colour the materials were, because the plant dyes weren't preserved in the conditions, but we can assume that they would have used what they had available, and we know what kind of plants were growing in Britain in the Iron Age.
Yeah.
So Hayden's blue might have come from woad, the green from nettles, the black in the houndstooth, which would have been quite complicated weave, can actually be produced by oak galls, which are little nuts that look a bit like acorns, but it's a parasitic wasp that comes and invades the oak tree, and the oak tree reacts, a sort of allergic reaction, produces these little oak galls, and when you grind them up, you get this brilliant pigment that kind of can be used to set the dye in lots of other fabrics, but also to create this black dye in itself. And people used it as ink to write with all the way through the Saxon ages as well.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, and we've got other things as well. There's madder, we've got a nice pink-red colour, and then also at Hengistbury Head we have lots of ironstone that you can roast down into an ochre. Not very good, I don't think, for textile pigments because it doesn't really fix in. But
would have been able to make paint, which they would have been able to use to paint their houses.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough. Nice.
Hang on.
It's all right. But yeah, I mean, the shoes, I mean, you're going barefoot in all
I am.
this. And I mean...
It's definitely cooler.
Yeah, I bet it is. But I mean, sandals, quite easy to make. You know, they could have been quite easily made. I mean, moccasins, I used to... My dad got me a pair of moccasins when I was a kid, and he liked moccasins, and he did a lot of leather work. So I think he made them, I think. And they're quite simple in itself. It's just really a cup of leather with the top sewn in.
Yep.
But also, if you're just walking around, there's not too many nasty things on the ground, you get quite tough feet. You know, you don't always actually need it. But I think, I would say, when you're doing things like metallurgy or like bronze casting or stuff like that, when there is potentially for embers to be about, you probably would have wanted to have worn something on your feet, just in case you stepped on it.
I mean, we're doing this fire work at a height, aren't we, in order to work in the sandbox? But actually, if you've got on the ground, then you're going to be kneeling, and therefore you won't necessarily need to be, you know, protecting your feet necessarily.
No, it would be down here, and a lot of the heat would be coming up towards your face and everything else. But it's an interesting one to do. And I mean, have you got any, what's the word? I mean, we'll probably get you some punches and things, because like when doing like leather, I hand sewed this one, and I had to use pliers and a huge saddlery needle to push it through because it's such thick leather. The blisters were incredible.
I don't have any experience working with leather. Mind you, I didn't have any experience doing tablet weaving before.
I know, and then look. Is he close up for that? Tablet woven. Wonderful, you know. But it's no, it's just like really coarse fabric. It's all
Yeah.
it is. And actually, it's quite nice. We've got some bags of scraps. So I've made another little satchel for the I don't know what it's for particularly.
Kind of a foraging bag would be useful to kind of go and collect the plants that
Well,
you would use to kind of
yeah.
do your own dyeing
We
of the
want
fabrics.
basketry. That's what we really want
Yeah.
because baskets are fantastic, and they're the big kind of things that you can put all your kindling in. You can put your charcoal in. You can gather your and the birch bark
Oh, they're
vessels. They're
beautiful.
lovely.
And you
They're
could
lovely.
transport your fire in that then, couldn't you?
Yeah,
Kind
you
of
could.
take your
Yeah,
embers.
you can take
So
that around
next
with you.
time you need to light a fire, you don't need to get your your
Yeah,
lighter
your lighter
out.
out. We'll get the pump drill and have a go of that. I think
Yeah.
soon. That'd be great. But yeah, there's some more bits that I think we can get together and then really start bringing it to life. But